You ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon. Welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. You're listening to us on the Broadway Podcast Network, or you're watching us on Broadway World or over on social media like YouTube. We've been talking a lot about movies because you know it's fall, and the fall is movie season, everybody. And I'm excited about our next guest because they're stars, everyone. Stars, television stars, movie stars. This movie is coming out. It's going to be in theaters like in my home state of Jersey. Jersey, you better get a ticket and buy some popcorn and come to the movies. Well, the movie we're talking about is called The Ghost Trap, and Zak Steiner and Greer Grammer are here, and we're excited to have them. Welcome to the Roundtable, you all.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
We're so excited to have you both here. We've seen you. If it's I don't know, from Deadly Illusions and Frasier to Euphoria to television to we have seen you both.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Well, thanks for having us.
I'm excited to have you here. And I just was in Maine where this movie kind of takes place.
Yeah.
Nice. Where were you?
I was in Booth Bay Harbor singing for the seniors.
Booth Bay.
Did we go to Booth Bay, or is that just the
No.
IPA you like?
Booth Bay is it's an IPA that Og introduced me to when we were down in Maine, and it was from Booth Bay, or the brewery was in Booth Bay, but
They got good IPAs.
They got good IPAs.
Well, all I know is I sat with the seniors of the Booth Bay, Maine, and I sang a little something, and I ate a lot of food. Like
amazing.
A lot of food. So you both are here. A lot of lobster rolls, like a ton of lobster.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I just ate it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I bring up Maine because this film takes place in Maine. Zak, how did you get involved in this? What got you involved in this movie?
Yeah, I've known James for quite a while now, but before the movie, I knew him for about a year and a half. We used to play, we still do play tennis together. So he reached out and sent me the script and said he'd love to have me on board. And I read the script. I loved it. Then read the book, which the book was fantastic too. And I mean, so much more nuanced as well, because, you know, it's a book as opposed to a 90-page script. But I just loved the story, and then I signed on for it.
Amazing. So are you telling me that I can star in a movie if I just play tennis with the right person?
I think so. I think you might.
That is yes, come on. I figured it out. We cracked this Hollywood code.
Pickleball might be easier, honestly.
Well, I appreciate that for sure. So, Greer, what was it like for you? What was your journey to being in this film?
Oh my gosh, completely different than Zak's, because I don't play tennis at all. I'm not good at it. No, I was actually shooting a movie in Boston in August or July to August of 2022, and I was not ready to come back to LA because I really found myself loving New England. And about a week before I was going to leave Boston to come back, my manager sent me a script and was like, I think I might have a role for you. Give this a look. Tell me if you're interested. And I read it, and I mean, sobbed, cried, laughed. Like, I loved the script. I loved the material, and I loved the part. But to be honest, I was like, I don't know if I'm a good enough actress to play this part. Anya really scared me. But I think that those are the roles that you have to take as an actor. Like, why stay in a comfort zone? I'm really good at playing dumb blondes. I know that. This was a completely different realm for me. So it was really scary, but I said, yeah, absolutely. And then I got to go to Maine and I got to film this. But like, I signed on probably 2 weeks before we started shooting. 3 weeks. So I didn't have as much time with the material as Zak did.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking, everybody, while we're here, while you've gotten this far, you might as well check out. It's called The Ghost Trap, and it's going to be November 1st. Everyone, there's going to be a limited theatrical release. So if you're in Maine, or you're in Massachusetts, or you're at Hackettstown, New Jersey, going down the shore by my house, Wilmington, Delaware, Maryland, or North Hollywood, there's theaters running this, and then also it'll be available on HD, internet, cable, satellite platforms and on a DVD, also available on November 1st. It's an interesting time. You both are actors. You both have done a lot of television. We watched Awkward. We watched Euphoria. Like we said, we watched all this stuff. But films, it's so unique to now have a theatrical release because a lot of people just stream their life away. So what was it like when you heard this was going to be in theaters?
Yeah.
I mean, very exciting.
Yeah.
Like I get so excited to think about people going to the movies to see this. I mean, I grew up going to the movies. I love going to the movies still. I think it's something that is meant to be seen in a movie theater and not just sitting at home on your couch.
Yeah, it's the full experience, you know. I mean, it's the movie going experience that I think all movies really should be seen in the theater. So we were really excited when we found out that it was going to be in theaters.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. Now tell us the film, when I read about the film, because I can't wait to see it, because I love a date night movie and I love a little movie. I love a moment to have a little popcorn and a little escape from reality. The press release says it's about a young lobsterman who's forced between right and wrong when his girlfriend suffers a traumatic head injury after being swept off by a boat and a rival lobstering family sabotages his gear. This sounds like quite the soap opera saga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. Or not. I don't know.
No, it is. It's a sad story, but it's like it's a slice of life type of flick, you know, and
yes.
And it really was, you know, I mean, you don't take that away from the title, because I think Greer and I both, when we got the script originally, we thought that it was a horror movie because of the title, The Ghost Trap. But it's actually a trap that's stuck at the bottom of the ocean because the line's been cut from the buoy, so you're unable to bring it back up.
Oh, wait, Zach, you are the lobster man?
Yes.
Yeah.
The lobster.
Zach, do you know anything about lobster fishing?
I do now.
Yes.
I do now. And that's like, hey, during the strike, I was determined to get back to Maine and be a sternman for one of the lobstermen that we met during our filming experience. So it was this close to happening, but unfortunately.
Like when I tell you that Zach fell in love with lobstering and was so obsessed with it, and we were like, the entire time we were shooting, he was like, I just want to get on that boat, I want to catch lobsters, I want to band. Like he loves it.
It's the best,
man. I know, but we had to go through a whole boot camp. I mean, he had more days than I did, but we had to go on the boats. We had Ryan and Sherry, who were kind of our lobsterman advisors, teachers, coaches, and they took us out on their boat for multiple hours a day and would just like do the same thing, teach us how, I'm like, I don't know the terms that you had to do because it was more than me. I had to band and do bait bags. So I had to like touch dead fish and put them in the bait bags and tie them up and learn how to set the trap, and how to grab the lobsters, put the bands on them, whole thing. So like we went full in, which was crazy.
Greer, I'm not trying to, you know, you grew up, you have a famous family. I'm sure you were not growing up in Hollywood grabbing lobsters and fish bait on a random day, but you are out here getting your hands dirty.
Yeah. I had a moment right before where I was like, oh, like I loved the script and I know the script calls for me to be on this, but I forgot that I actually had to like do it. Yeah. Do it for real.
Zach, when you were there and you were on the boat, I'm sure you saw I'm sure the cinematography and the shooting of this, the scenic view, the shots of the boat in the water in and out of Maine have to be gorgeous.
Yeah. No, it's I mean, Michael Tedford was our DP in Maine, and he's an incredible DP to begin with. But when you have a landscape like you do with Maine, which is we shot it in mid-August, beginning of September, arguably the most beautiful time to be in Maine. So Michael captured tremendous shots.
It's got to be beautiful. I can't wait to see it. So, Greer, can you tell us a little bit about the rest of the cast? Who else is in this movie? What was it like to work with them on location up there in Maine?
Oh my goodness. I'm like, so many people are in it. Why can't I remember Sarah Catherine Hook? I was like, I can't remember SC's last name right now. Sarah Catherine Hook is in it, and she's amazing. She plays the other kind of love interest that comes into Jamie's life. And she's cute and smart and funny and
just the nicest person.
Honestly. And she brings this light to the movie that is so nice and so needed, because some of it is, like we said, like, you know, my character has a traumatic brain injury. He's now caretaking. So like you needed this kind of like relief from like that. And she brings it so well and so effortlessly. Stephen Ogg plays Zak's dad, and he's incredible. Every scene he's in is phenomenal.
Billy Wirth,
Xander Berkeley, and his wife Sarah Clark, who was in the Twilight movie. So like I loved that. Like that was really fun for me. She played Bella's mom. And they're like the nicest. Like we had the nicest people, the nicest cast, the most talented cast. Like there's not one person that was a weak link, in my opinion.
No, and everyone just like was along for the ride as well too. And everyone, I think, took away the same experience that Greer and I had with falling in love with Maine and just really enjoying each other's company and enjoying filming the movie in itself.
Absolutely. That's so awesome. So Greer, when you are now producing, you have your own show that you produce, Deadly Illusions, and you now that you see things from the other side of the camera, what's it like for you to act in a movie when you've been the person in charge of budgets or casting or trying to find locations? You've now worked on both sides.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will say Zak is also a producer on this movie, and he's amazing at that. I think...
Oh, Zak, then you tell us too, Zak. Nope.
I know.
Both of you.
I think what I learned from producing and starring in Deadly Illusions is that you just really kind of have to learn to separate the two. So like there were days where I would show up as an actor, and then days where like I would show up as a producer, and they were just dealing with different things. And like also making sure that you have a team that you trust, because like Annie, who I did Deadly with, her and I have a long-standing relationship. So like I'm able to clearly communicate my boundaries. So I could be like, today I don't want to talk. If you have a production issue, like of course you can come to me, but like for the most part, like let me just focus on the scenes that I'm doing. And she totally understood that. When it comes to now like being a part of a movie set after having that experience, I mean, I think it's amazing. I think like you feel so not powerful, because it's not my place to be like in power, but like you just know what's going on, you know, shots, you know, angles, you know, production, you know, budgets. So like there was a lot of stuff in the behind the scenes where I was like, we should be doing this, we should be doing that, we should be doing this. And I would communicate it with Zak. And then like we'd be able to tell our director sometimes if we felt that it was necessary. But it just really gives you a different perspective on making a movie.
Yeah.
Zak, yeah. What drew you to this when you had the chance not only to star in it, but then to be on the creative side and be behind the scenes as well? And what was that experience now that you've been in film festivals, you've been winning awards, you have screenings? What's that been like, the payoff at the end of all the hard work?
Oh, it's very gratifying. And I think that all the work that everybody put in, we're really enjoying the success that we've kind of, you know, come to be with it being out. But I signed on as the lead and then accidentally found my way into the production side of things. I wasn't intending to do that. But I think it gave me a bit more freedom on set, because instead of, you know, with most projects we work on, it feels like you're kind of just a piece for this massive puzzle. But it actually on the Ghost Trap, it felt like we were assembling the puzzle as well as being one of the bigger pieces. And so that gave me, and I'm sure Greer, more freedom on set to play around and to take risks and chances.
Yeah. And like Zak was a huge part of the edit too. And I think that you shine there. You're so good at like putting things together.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I have so many things that I could say that are good about this guy.
Thanks, G.
Zak, come on, Zak. You're not just the handsome heartthrob in front of the camera. You are just pulling all the shots behind the scenes.
He is. He is.
Yeah, we had fun on it. We had a lot of fun on it.
Yeah.
Is there a way that we can support the movie? Obviously, we can go to the movies and see it if we live in the area that the theater is going to run, and that's probably the best way we can support the film is buy a ticket and go see it. And then everybody else, what can we do to help support the film? How can we see it? What's the best way to go about it?
Well, it's available for pre-order now on Apple TV. It's going to be available for VOD on all streaming platforms on November 1st, like you said.
So pre-orders are really important, as well as watching within the first week. That helps us a lot.
Mm-hmm. But I will say that I think that this is a movie that needs to be seen in theaters. So if you do have the chance to have a little date night and like go out to the theater, get yourself a little popcorn and watch it. Maybe bring a box of tissues.
Oh my goodness! Well, listen, I hate rival lobster gangs. They drive me crazy.
The worst. The worst.
How dare they? And you and Greer, you look great considering all you've been through this film. I'm assuming it's not pretty, and you were scared to do it, and you probably didn't. You do a great job. I didn't even see it yet, and I know she acted her face off.
I couldn't imagine anyone else casted as Anya than Greer. So she absolutely slayed it. I mean, we kind of said that every second or third day of how good of a job the other is doing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like Zach made me a better actor 1000%, because when you're on set with somebody who is like giving you 100%, you have nothing, you can't not meet them back with the same amount, if not trying to give them more. And so it was just like every day we'd finish, even when we'd finish like takes, like we'd be like, you're so good. Like you're so good. And he shines. And he helped me shine, and it's a really beautiful thing, I think.
It's a great team effort.
Yeah.
A great team effort, a great cast, and a really great story based on the book. And now you can see it. And we have to go support the Ghost Trap, and everyone can go to the website. You can go to the ghosttrap.com if you want more information. We can follow them over on Instagram. We'll put all of the links in bio so you can follow and stay up to speed on all their Instagrams, because I'm sure that they have a whole bunch of other stuff coming down the pike in these brains of theirs. And we're excited to see it. And I'll have to let you know when I watch it. It's thriller movie, Halloween weekend. I mean, it's going to get you a little on the edge of your seat. So it's perfect. Perfect.
That's it, man. Good timing. Good timing.
Perfect timing.
That is good. That is good producer brains over there, Zach. Let's go. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you. We wish you all the best. My show is your show anytime.
Thank
you,
Robert.
so much. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.